notice when that movie hit quite so much. Nick played me the song and I was intrigued because there was a sort of dreamlike quality to the song, the feeling I got from the song, and I guess the idea of, you know, silver clouds are gone and this and that, and this idea that there was a journey and there was a point of view that was slightly sort of obscure, looking at houses disappearing. I was living in short term in Darlinghurst in an apartment that had a pretty funky view, and I started closing the curtains and jamming a toilet roll in the curtains and reflecting the world outside into the room, which is the principle of the camera obscura. And it all started looking rather funky, and then I started putting myself into it and taking long exposure self-portraits. Camera obscura, it's a dark room. And the dark room has light allowed into it via a very, very small orifice or hole. What it does is it allows the world outside to be reflected into this dark room. And because there's no lens, it reflects it upside down. It was used first by painters to give them a view of a landscape that allowed them to trace it. I developed the idea that it shouldn't be in a static location, that we should take the camera obscura on location. So I formulated the concept of renting a Balmain Rentals removal truck and blacking it out and putting a very small hole in my blackout and taking the van on location. When you walk into a camera obscura, you can't see anything and you have to wait for your eyes to adjust, and even then it's very blurry. But if you point a camera at it and you expose it for 3 seconds or more, then you get a really well resolved image. So then we were presented with the idea that to have people in it, which is what I wanted, everybody had to do things in slow motion. The sequence where the track picks up and goes a bit crazy, where the traffic is reflected on the inside of the van, is actually recorded by my nailing the camera to the floor of the van, closing it up and going for a drive with the camera exposing every couple of seconds as I drove through the city. I could have had a sort of, you know, Hollywood budget and I wouldn't have known what to do with it, because where would I put the crew? So it was really like a solo photographic experiment.